everybody, welcome back to the channel. So over the past week, I've seen a lot of people become bearish on Pokemon investing. And this thing sort of happened after the initial leg up in November, all the way I'd say maybe to like late January. That kind of after that 3-month period, I saw a lot of people get bearish on the hobby, saying that no one's actually opening this stuff. Pokemon's going to mass produce it and reprint and everything's going to zero. And the same sort of thing's happening now. It's a little bit different. I think a lot of what people are saying at this point, a lot of the rhetoric is people not believing that consumers are actually opening the product. So today, we're going to take a look at eBay and we're just going to look at some auctions and some buy it nows that have ended just to get a better idea of what people are buying. I know some of these probably aren't being open. Some of these are already open. They're just singles and slabs. And the point of this video isn't really to expound on what I said in the opening 30 seconds, but just to give you guys a better idea of what's happening in the market. Just because I think a lot of people that are invested in Pokemon don't really take the time every week or every month to get a better idea of what's going on. So hopefully this video can kind of serve that purpose. The first thing, and also too, it's just really interesting to see some of these sales. The first thing that sold was a Pokemon Black and White Dark Explorers booster box sealed, $7,000 USD. This ended last night around 7 p.m. there. We have the Black and White remakes coming this summer. So I think some of these older Black and White sets are starting to get some attention. Maybe people are picking these up for their collection or just speculation because they think they're gonna see a little bit of an increase in demand just because of those sets coming. So that sold $7,000. An Unbroken Bonds booster box sold for $1,800. And again, all of these are just from like the past couple days. And there are some much bigger items that are selling, like vintage booster boxes, Fossil, Jungle. There's also some much larger cards selling, but over the past couple days, over $1,000. These were some of the highlights. Next up, Fates Collide booster box. This sold, I believe, on a discount for $1,951 USD. Seller had it up for about $2,400 USD and then put an 18% off discount on it. Someone purchased it. Next up, Roaring Skies booster box. This sold for $2,225 Canadian, which is about $1,600 USD. This went on auction. Pretty small seller too. I mean, 60 feedback, 100% positive, so that's not terrible. Not the best photos or anything either, but should be a fine box. Looks decent. 23 bids there. Next up, we have a WotC First Edition Shadowless base pack, base set booster pack. This sold for $4,538 USD. Me being a broke Timmy, it's insane that someone's paying over $4,500 for one booster pack, but an awesome collection item, and it does seem like it's in great shape. So I don't know if this person's planning to grade this or just hold it in their collection. Either way, great piece there, especially with the Charizard artwork on the front. Next up, we have a couple modern things that sold, but I just wanted to throw these in here because maybe this is important to someone who has a rip and ship or people that don't really understand what's going on with the market and where a lot of these packs are going. This is a lot of 200 Crown Zenith booster packs that sold for $1,900 USD through Probstein auctions, 26 bids. This sold last night. I don't know what this breaks down pack-wise, like 9 something, I believe. My math could be totally off on that. Well, 200 times 9, 1,800. Yeah, so a little over $9 a pack. And then the next one, we have 184 Prismatic Evolutions loose packs as well. And this sold for $2,138 USD. 26 bids also there. And this ended last night as well. So, you know, people will buy loose packs on the internet. It doesn't mean if you invest in loose packs, you can't sell them. I imagine someone buying these, probably doing it for a rip and ship. They probably had their price. That was their max price or whatever, you know, they did the math, it breaks down for them to sell the packs on stream or something, or maybe someone just wanted a deal to open packs and they wanted to buy a large quantity of them. I imagine that's probably who bought these. Again, that's just me speculating, but I'd say there's a pretty likely chance that one of those scenarios happened in these auctions. Next up, we'll go into some singles. So this is a Tag 10, this is a Latias Latios GX. Tag 10, yeah, it is tag. I really do like these slabs. They're so clean and minimalistic in my opinion. But yeah, there you go, $6,200. It says best offer. I didn't see it slashed out, so I don't believe a best offer was taken. Could be wrong. If you guys know, write it in the comments down below. Next up, this one I thought was just crazy because I didn't realize this card was this expensive. This is the Flutter Mane from the Temporal Forces Walking Wake PCETB. This is a stamped promo PSA 10 sold for $1,325. Which is insane. Like, this is genuinely insane because this card is like $50 raw, and it's actually continued to make a move up. I didn't even notice this from like middle of February all the way to like start of May, end of April. That's when this card peaked around $55. We're now sitting around 50, 51, and most recent sales are actually closer to like 40, a lot of them in the 40s. But the PSA 10 sold for over $1,300. This one only sells about once a month. I think the most recent sale in a PSA 10 before this one was April 25th, I believe. Personally, I would never buy this card as an investment. I would also not buy it as a collection piece, but that's just my bias. I really don't like this card. I don't think there's anything super interesting about it. I think it's just quite rare, and that's why in a PSA 10 it's super, super valuable. So there you go. An interesting card though, I do like this one. A Pikachu Gold Star from Holland Fountains, PSA 9. This sold for $7,100 USD. Again, there's best offer on this. I don't believe a best offer was taken, but if you guys know, write in the comments down below. That sold earlier this morning, a couple hours ago. Next up, we have a Moonbreon that sold for $2,350. There are actually a lot of Moonbreons that sold. I think there's another one that sold for like $2,150 same day. One maybe like around $2,000. So there is some variation in what these go for. Pretty legit seller here. Item Land over 1,000 feedback, 99.7% positive. That's very good for a store of that size. Next up, we have a first edition base set Charizard. This is the thick stamp. I don't know, 4 of 102. Yeah, I guess that's just the number. BGS 7. So not a super high grade. Still sold for $8,750 USD. Again, I really wouldn't be buying a card like this. But again, my personal bias on this just means absolutely nothing. So if someone wanted a 7 and that's all they could afford and they wanted the card, great, that's awesome. Big sale there. Next up, we have an interesting one. This is the Metal Charizard card from the Celebrations UPC in a PSA 10. And I think it's very hard to grade these in a PSA 10. And someone correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that PSA stopped grading these. I could be wrong about that, but this sold for $3,888.18. 40 bids there, and this sold last night. So interesting card. I'm not sure I'd pay $4,000 for it, but if someone's willing to do that, terrific. And then finally, I don't know why I'm zoomed in on that photo. This is a Charizard GX from Burning Shadows, BGS 9.5. And yeah, this sold for $1,550 USD. Not a big fan of rainbows, never was. I still don't understand why people buy these, but hey, if you like them, that's great. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Honestly, like 99% of this hobby just comes down to personal preference. So if you like something, that's really genuinely all that matters at the end of the day. It does not matter what other people think. Art, which this is, Pokemon cards are essentially art. It's incredibly subjective. So if you like looking at it, that's the most important thing. So a little bit of a shorter video today going through some of these, but maybe some of the takeaways are that big cards are selling consistently all day, every day. Lots of sealed stuff is selling, even loose packs in lots. And there's way more than these, right? Like I just filtered by over $1,000. Tons of packs and lots selling in like the 500 to 1,000 range as well. So lots of product is still moving. And maybe one day on the channel, we will go deeper into the math and look at like how many packs are being broken down. Again, Anon does that, so I don't really want to copy that. But even if you just take broad numbers, like it really is crazy what is getting ripped on a daily basis. But here you go. Here's some interesting auctions that happened over the past couple days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, Mayhem TCG player sale is happening tomorrow. I can't remember exactly what hour, but it starts very early in the morning, goes to 11 p.m. EST, I believe. So make sure to get in your orders if you are planning to buy some stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.